Pedestrian.tv has teamed up with Tempus Two to bring the vinyl vibes at this summer's festival circuit. I don't know about you, but I don't often associate wine with music festivals. A girls' winery trip or dinner party, sure. But sipping on pinot grigio, instead of vodka, while listening to Calvin Harris on the DJ decks isn't something I expected to do at the first festival of the summer, Festival X. After its debut circuit in 2019, Festival X is back to bring together the biggest dance DJs and artists in the world. From Don Toliver and Nina Kraviz to John Summit and Marlowe, Flemington Racecourse morphed into a techno lover's dream. La Niña also held off for most of the day, and gave Melburnians the start of summer that we deserve. As well as incredible artists, iconic Aussie wine brand Tempus Two was there to bring the vinyl vibes and give punters a reprieve from the festival frivolity. At the Tempus Two Vinyl Vibes pop-up, you walk into a cozy bar that drowns out the outside noise. On the walls is an extensive vinyl library and bean bags adorn the floor. There are a few tables for festival goers to take a breather and sip on some Tempus Two wine. People can choose from Prosecco, Pinot Grigio, Shiraz and Rosé, whilst listening to vinyls of their choice. Each record player has a Bluetooth speaker attached to it so you can enjoy your own music without listening to whatever tunes the table next to you is spinning. Tempus Two has even paired its wines with different artists, which more bars should do, TBH. Like I said, wine isn't automatically associated with music festivals, and that's exactly why the Maverick wine brand is doing it. Because punters at the Tempus Two Vinyl Vibes activation seemed into it, I asked them to describe their plonk as if they were a sommelier at a fancy restaurant, and the answers speak for themselves. And PSA, these answers were recorded well into the afternoon, so, you've been warned. Let's plonk ahead. Shannon, 26. Emily, 30. Hi, Sommeliers. What wine are you drinking today? Shannon, Rosé. Emily, it's a Prosecco. I forgot what it was for a minute. And what are the tasting notes? Shannon, it's rosy. I can definitely tell why they call it rosé, 'cause there's like roses in it. My grandma used to grow roses all the time. My grandma's not dead though, don't put that in there. Emily, let's see. Takes a sip of Prosecco. It's a dry wine. It feels sweet at the start, but when you swallow it, it's dry. Shannon, we usually like frosé with cotton candy. If you could pair this wine with any food, what would it be? Shannon, chicken tendies. Rosé and chicken tendies. Sounds like a match made in heaven. Shannon, with aioli sauce. Emily, I would go with maybe some vodka or chicken nuggets. Sam, 35. Hi. What are you drinking today? Sam, the Pinot Grigio. If you were a sommelier, how would you describe it? Sam, I've definitely got the fruitiness, I can taste the grape. I always like my wine to taste like grape juice. And I've definitely got hints of vanilla. It's really taking me places and matching perfectly while I'm listening to Client Liaison. And if you could eat any food in the world with this particular Pinot Grigio, what would it be? Sam, it's gonna have to be buffalo wings. Melly, 23. Hi, Melly. What wine are you drinking? Melly, the Shiraz. How would you describe the Shiraz? Melly, it's very light and nice. It's definitely a good festival vibe. Very refreshing for a red. It has the feeling that you get from a white wine or rosé, but without the coldness. What food would you pair it with? Melly, I wish it was steak night tonight, 'cause I'd do steak with it. But I also feel like this wine would go nicely with a lamb shank, mashed potatoes, stuff like that. And what do you think of the vinyl room? Melly, don't even get me started on that, I love it. First of all, I love that there's a room at a festival. You come in here and it's a whole different vibe. It feels like a safe space almost. It's kind of like inviting many different people from many different backgrounds to come together. There are different seats where you can play different vinyl, and different sounds can be in the same room and coexist. It's sending a great message. Maybe I'm taking it too deep, but I just feel like there is room for all of us. Not to worry about what your sound is making, what their sound is making, focus on your own sound and your people will gravitate towards you. Getting deep in the vinyl tent, we love to see it. Luke, 24. Hey Luke, what are the tasting notes of the wine you're having? Luke, I'm drinking Prosecco and it tastes like fairy floss or maybe like almonds. It's quite clean and fresh and easy to drink. And if you could pair any food with this wine, what would it be? Luke, some kind of chicken dish. Maybe fried chicken. You know, you're not the first person to say that today. Hannah, 22. Ellie, 22. What are you drinking today? Hannah, Pinot Grigio. Both on the Pinot Grigio. And what are the tasting notes you're getting from it? Ellie, I'm getting like a spritz. It's light and very likable. Hannah, it tastes like wine. Ellie, it's got hints of a citrusy sort of vibe. It leaves that tingling? Tingling isn't the right word. You know when you eat an orange and it leaves a particular feeling in your mouth? It's like that. Okay, and what food would you pair with it? Hannah, definitely some snapper. Ellie, I would highly recommend it and it would go well with fish. I would want a seafood platter. I would honestly even say that they should have that here. If your festival FOMO is peaking, then never fear. The Tempus Two Vinyl Vibes activation will be popping up in cities across the country this summer. Next up is Falls Festival, which runs from the 29th to 31st of December, so keep your eyes peeled and palates cleansed. Punters. Image, Dale Robinson, Jasmine Wallace.